Did you watch it all?
Yeah.
We were just playing Mario at the same time.
No, I wasn't. I was watching, but like he was jumping in and out.
Sure, mate. Like Adriana. Are you playing a game while you're talking to me? That's his girlfriend, by the way. No, of course
She
not.
loves when I play games.
Oh shit, we're on video chat. Okay guys, what's up? This is our very last E3 impressions video for a press conference. We've been to all the press conferences now, or at least we went to everyone except Bethesda because they wouldn't let us in. But we went to Ubisoft today. I went to Ubisoft today. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Sam in because the venue is so tiny there, by the way. It's like the smallest of all of them. I wasn't important enough. That's also true, let's be real, but we also couldn't get you in. So, Ubisoft Press Conference. The very first thing they showed was Shigeru Miyamoto walked through the doors and unveiled with the CEO of Ubisoft the Mario Rabbids crossover game called like Mario Rabbids Kingdom or something like that. Yeah. What did you think of that when you saw it?
Well, the moment I saw him walking, I'm just like, oh my god, it's Miyamoto!
What is he doing here?
We're not worthy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Look. The game looks kind of interesting, but like, I guess there's something about it, maybe because I didn't grow up with that type of game.
With Rabbids?
No, like, in terms of, like that kind of game that they're bringing out where it's like a
tactics game?
Like a Mario, like a light tactics kind of thing.
Sure.
I don't know, like, it looks really cool. I'm going to play it 100%. And it's really cool to see that Nintendo are working with other IP, you know, that they're coming together and they're trying new things in that regard. So yeah, I mean, it looked cool. It looked cool. I'm looking forward to actually trying it. Yeah. So the long story is, or the short story I should say, is that it's Mario plus Rabbids. Rabbids are a Ubisoft license. They team up and they're producing a tactics game. Tactics games are those grid-style games where, you know, you move forward 4 places and you cast an ability and whatever. Like XCOM, like Final Fantasy Tactics, like lots of other games that have been out there before. No one expected this. No one expected. This is what I'm talking about when I say innovation, right? You know, they teamed up together and they say, don't make a platform with Mario, make something we've never seen before. Yeah. And I personally think it looks awesome. I love the Rabbids sense of humor. It's very irreverent in the Mario space, if you know what I mean. Like, when have you seen people make fun of Mario in that way? Like, it just seemed the sense of comedy that was taking place was unique to see it sort of juxtaposed with Mario. It kind of felt like he was out of his world and he was like being laughed at, kind of thing.
Exactly, The Rabbids were in their world, Mario had invaded. Even though they were clearly in a Nintendo world, it's like the Rabbids owned that house and they were the ones that were making the jokes.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was cool. I think the gameplay looked really interesting. Obviously, you can't tell the depth of a tactics system until you really play a lot of it.
And they tried to show it off, like what would be happening.
They did.
I mean, it looked, as I said, it looked cool. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
But also the fact that it's on a Switch is perfect. Like, tactics games are perfect in handheld consoles, so it's a perfect platform for that. It looks stunning as well. Like, the visual presentation of it looks really nice. Yeah. I just feel like they've got something good here, you know. And it comes out on like August 17th or something. Like, really soon does that game come out. I was expecting like releasing November 2017
or like Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's coming out soon, you know. So I'm really impressed by that. For me, I was just, as I said, very, very happy with that announcement. Very excited for that.
And then we also saw the crew. And the crew looked pretty cool. The crew 2. It looked pretty cool.
It did.
Number 1, graphics-wise, it was like, wow, it looked really, really nice. Like,
it looked very pretty.
You know, the mechanics of it, like, it felt, we didn't play it, but like, it just looked like it was interesting. Like, it felt like it was something that I wanted to play, you know?
But the thing that set it apart, this is what I'm talking about when I say innovation, right? It's not just like cars, it's like cars plus motorboats, plus motorcycles, plus like monster trucks, plus rallycross, plus also planes, by the way. You know those like Red Bull racing planes that they have? Like those, like all of those in one game, you know? I don't think we've seen a game that has all of that in one. It could be some other racing game on Steam that I don't know about, but I don't think we've seen a major AAA release game that has that breadth of like motor vehicles in it. And it just looked really fun to play. Like, and I'm not a racing fan, but I will give a racing game a chance every now and then. And I think this year will be the one I give a chance to.
And it certainly felt somewhat deep, especially when you saw those boats going up and then slapping back down. Like, there was just stuff there I thought was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Like, I wanted to jump on there and play it.
Totally. So that was actually quite well done from them, I think. One of the ones that is coming out of Ubisoft in Singapore is a game called Skull and Bones. Now, if you ever played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you either loved the naval combat or you hated it. I fell into the camp of firmly loving the combat. I loved the naval combat more than I loved Assassin's Creed. It was the best thing ever for me.
I didn't actually play it.
You didn't play it? Okay,
I didn't play it.
But it just felt so good to pilot those ships and to hear the shanties while you were like cruising the thing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was the one thing that really stuck out for me. The environment that you felt like, the environment that they created was just so thick with it was awesome. Like, it felt great.
In Black Flag, or was this trailer?
In the trailer,
Yeah,
like, you know, you're just looking left, there's all this stuff going on, you feel the energy
ramming into another ship.
Yeah, you felt the energy of the crew, like, just, that was very well done. I mean, we haven't played it yet, but like, it just looked like, in that regard, it was really well done. So I'm excited about that.
It's a naval combat game. And it's PvP as well, so it's like you can go 5v5 against another group of naval units, and you basically need to collect treasure and sink each other, and there's meant to be a single player mode as well. I'm not sure how that works, but look, I am interested in this. I don't know if I can necessarily keep that up forever. Like, an entire game based on that, I worry might get boring.
That's true, actually.
And
I think of that.
And I really worry, and I think that if it's just that, I worry that a $60 price tag is going to be too steep, and I'd like to see this at something like $30 instead. But I don't know. But either way, again, something different that we haven't seen before. And I'm really happy with that. I think it looked really good. One other release that came through was something called Starlink, which was, you remember that one, Sam? I totally remember that one. It was basically like, it's like a toy game where, you know, like Amiibo and Skylanders, where you buy the physical toy and you attach it to a controller, and then it shows up in game, right? And it's like a space shooting game. It kind of looked like No Man's Sky meets Skylanders, essentially. Now, I do worry about these games because I worry that I'm gonna have to spend $200 to be able to unlock all of the parts to my ship. But the example that they gave was, you got one ship and it has one type of weapon on it. You have the physical toy that you then attach to your ship, and now you've upgraded your cannon or whatever. So I really worry that it's just going to cost a bucket load to be able to unlock all the shit you might want to get. I suspect that this is kind of not really aimed at people like us, like core gamers. Maybe it's more aimed at kids. I don't know. But if they're going to make me spend like $200 to play a No Man's Sky style shooting game, no, I'm not down for that anyway. But look, we'll watch this space. There was Assassin's Creed, which was announced and shown. We're going to talk about that a bit more when we go hands-on with it, so whatever. Far Cry 5, we did a separate impressions video on that, so we're very happy about that. Very happy with Far Cry 5, by the way. And just so you know, what you saw in the trailer is how it actually looks, because we played it on PS4 Pro. It actually looks like that. Not quite as good, because they showed a PC version, but it looks pretty close on PS4 Pro, so don't think that there's a big downgrade coming. It looks like it's going to be that. The last thing that was shown was amazing, right? And we didn't see any gameplay, but the fact that we know it exists is exciting. Beyond Good and Evil 2. You never played Beyond Good and Evil because you would have been too young. I played Beyond Good and Evil 15 years ago. Yeah, with the camera.
Yeah, I played that.
You played that, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
of course.
Whatever, man.
It looked fantastic.
It did, but it was only a CG cut trailer.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's right. Sorry, like, look,
the characters.
The characters look so fleshed out. The world, like,
I got a real Overwatch feeling from that. Did you get Overwatch feeling?
Actually, yeah, I totally did. Actually,
and also a bit of a Guardians of the Galaxy feeling, where it's like we've got this cast of characters. They're irreverent, they're funny, you know, like, and they're quirky and interesting and layered. And I just think that so much of a good game, a good story game, is reliant on that. Blizzard know that. They did that with Overwatch. It looks like it's happening here as well.
It felt like a melting pot of just a bunch of people all having to live together in this world, and like a lot of people just don't get along, and that's where the flavour comes from. It
is a prequel to the previous Beyond Good and Evil. It's going to be out next year, I believe. We don't really know what kind of game it is yet, except it's going to be a third-person action-adventure game like Beyond Good and Evil was, surely. But either way, what we saw looked extremely promising, and the internet went a little bit nuts. People have a real soft spot for Beyond Good and Evil because it was a superb game. If you haven't checked it out, I really recommend just going out on YouTube and watching it. I'm not sure if you can play the original on Xbox. Actually,
well, they are bringing those.
They're bringing Xbox. Yeah, they're going to be able to play old Xbox games on your Xbox One. They're bringing back the original library, so hopefully they'll bring that back as well.
Yeah.
But either way, just go watch a YouTube video of some of the gameplay footage because it's actually just a superb game.
And I'm surprised that they haven't done anything in that space for so long. Like, they brought out one game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes good licenses, that didn't sell very well, don't forget.
I didn't know.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
It was really well received critically, but just didn't sell. Sometimes good licenses just get sort of forgotten. Yeah. They just remain in popular memory, but they don't really make a sequel, and now they're finally doing it.
Yeah,
so it's
like Diddy Kong Racing. Where is that game?
To be honest, I would actually love that as well. Anyway, so that was the Ubisoft Press Conference. There was also a Just Dance game announced. Oh yeah, and also a Steep DLC, which comes out at the end of the year in December. It's a long time to wait for DLC, but anyway, whatever. There was no Division 2 news. I know everyone's been asking me about that, but I made really clear it wasn't going to happen. It was super clear to me that that was not going to be the case.
But did you feel like maybe 4 or 5 months ago that there might be some stuff coming up for Division?
No.
For Division?
No, it was not. The Division 2 is not coming for a long time. the Division 2 is going to be a while off, and they haven't even announced it yet, and it's going to be a while. So we've got 1.8 to look forward to, and 1.7 and 1.8 for Division. I'm still going to be covering the Division, guys. I get this question every day on my channel, so don't worry. I'm going to come back to the game when the time is right. I'm just waiting for some new shit, and when that new shit lands, I'll be there to cover it as well. So don't worry. But no Division 2 news, sadly. No new Splinter Cell, no new Ghost Recon news, no new For Honor news either. So those existing licenses, they're kind of just leaving them for now. We'll see where they go in the future, but that was it. But overall, final thoughts on the press conference. What do you think?
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I'm excited about a couple of titles. Some of them, like Just Dance, couldn't give a shit about. But all in all, I thought it was very good. Especially because there was a lot of like presentation from the developers or the people that are involved and like
people that make it happen.
Yeah, like you felt like there was a direct connection between the audience and the developer or the people involved in the game.
True.
And I love that.
Yeah. So I think it was probably. I don't know if it was as strong as Sony's. I don't know which was stronger, Sony's or this one. It's hard for me to say.
Oh, in terms of like performance?
In terms of presentation, Sony.
Yeah.
In terms of like
games?
In terms of games, I'd also just edge it to Sony.
Yeah.
But I do think the Ubisoft put up a damn good fight.
Yeah.
I really do feel like there's a number of titles that are listed there that I'm actually very interested in checking out. And yeah, I just think they did a good job overall. So well done, Ubisoft. Hopefully these games release on time and in a good state. Very few bugs, fingers crossed, please. But we'll wait and see. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's the last of the Ubisoft. So the E3 press conference is completed. We start at 7:45 a.m. We're going to be the first players in the world to play Call of Duty hands-on outside the studio. Look, my brother is very excited about that.
Okay, this is the problem that I had with Call of Duty.
All right.
I'm really, you know what? Let's talk, okay, wait, quickly. They just keep coming out with the same stuff. We know. It's like, I'm excited and I'm optimistic about what they are going to have tomorrow.
Hopefully the World War II shakes it up a little bit. We've also got heaps of other stuff coming, so do check the channel for that. But for now, guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.